One moment, people. One moment, party people. I'm having some technicals. Be resolved momentarily. Oh, I should probably do a better job preparing this. Wait a second, what the hell am I hearing? That was weird. Let me know if you can hear me out there. Because I got some problems. Why? Oh. That should be better. All right. It automatically pulled up the feed. Roger is in the bunker. Yeah, I was getting like a double. For some reason, when you open up the meeting on Zoom, it gives you the whole. Actually, turn this. See, this is setting up and having problems. That better? That's better. It pulls up the live stream, so I was hearing myself in delay, and it sucked. All right, let's try this again. I'm going to try playing the intro song again.
Brought to you by ARC Network Live 365, the station where everyone deserves to be heard. The following program contains strong language and adult content. Listener discretion is advised. All suspects are innocent until proven guilty in a court of law.
We'll do it live. We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. Fucking thing sucks.
Good evening and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, and everyone and everything in between. How we doing out there? FUBAR Weekly Show. Having some problems. We'll get there. We'll get it fixed in due time. Nicole, if you can see this or hear this, try again to log in. For some reason, it logged me in without any video when she originally came out. So try it again. There we go. Admit. Let's see. Did it work? Did it work? Oh, something's happening. I'm starting to see it. Connecting to audio. Ground control to Major Tom.
Hey.
Ground control to Nicole.
Are you there?
Yeah, hang on one second. I know what I did.
Okay.
I have to change this back. Hang on. Let's go. Focus right. Focus right. Now talk.
Hey, can you hear me?
I can hear you perfectly now. I can't see you, but I can hear you.
Does it say Shoom computer?
Yes. Oh, we might be getting.
Hey.
Here she is. All right.
All right. There we go.
We'll figure this shit out eventually.
One day.
Yeah, I don't know what it was. What before when we first tried signing in, it went a little haywire and wasn't giving me any video.
Oh yeah, same. I didn't hear you either. I didn't see you either. I mean.
But that's it. We're good now.
All right, cool.
I meant to change my shirt before, but I didn't. So you're getting me in a stained ass, sweaty shirt.
That's cool. I'm sitting on the floor today, so.
That's all right. I didn't think you were. I mean, I know you're short, but I didn't think you were outlet height.
There's two outlets that are pretty much right next to each other in my house, and I don't understand why. One is about eye level, and then like about 3 feet over, there's one like on the floor.
The one at eye level, well, for you, eye level, could have been a TV.
Yeah, that makes sense, I
Could
guess.
have been a TV hookup.
That makes sense.
So,
All right, cool.
whatevs.
Cool.
Yeah. Well, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, FUBAR Weekly Show. Today is Tuesday, the
19.
whatever, the 19th. Damn.
Yeah.
Month is going fast.
Truth.
T-Ruth.
Right.
Tonight, we're going to have Jessica Stern doing a call-in, video conferencing in on this. If you watch the live feed I did this past Sunday night on my personal YouTube channel, she was on that, and she was on the week before as well. So she's funny. She's from New York. She living down here in Tampa. Television, yes. Akita says television. That's what that outlet was for.
Oh, okay.
It's just so you don't have to run a line down. It's neater and cuter and sweeter and finer.
Okay.
Can you hear me all right? I see you
That's what
playing with
she
your
said.
eardrums.
Me?
Yeah, can you hear all right?
Yeah, I can hear you. Is my ear things keep popping out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For some reason.
Why does it say
Wait,
Shim
from
computer?
Realtek. Oh, that's why.
I'm gonna change
Son
my
of a
computer name.
Bitch. Hang on, I gotta stop this.
Sure never bitch.
Now, for some reason, when I first hooked up, settings change. If I unplug stuff from my computer, settings will reset.
Mm-hmm.
And my daughter uses this laptop for school because homeschool. And so she disconnects it and takes it to the other room, uses it, brings it back, and then all the settings reset. Because there's right now, there's the preamp for my microphone, the camera, the what the hell else is plugged in? My mouse and keyboard. So everything resets to not being there. So I have to go back and turn everything on. Sucks.
That sucks. I don't know why mine says Shum computer. I don't think it said that last time. Change my display name.
I think you can set that when you log in. It asks for your name. Are you signed? Do you have an account, or are you signing in as a guest?
In Zoom?
Yeah.
I didn't. It didn't prompt me to do either one.
Let me see if I can.
It's okay. I got you. I figured something out. This is probably gonna work.
Yeah, there you go. How'd you do it?
I went on participants and then clicked on my name, and then it gave me the option to change my name.
See, mine doesn't do that. I
Probably
want to change my name.
Maybe because you're the host. So
Could be.
I don't know. On the bottom of the screen where mine says participants 2, and then I clicked on that button, and then a list of us popped up, and then I clicked on my name, and it says more options.
Okay. Whatevs.
Yeah. I can probably change. Can I change yours? No, I can't change yours. Oh well. I was wondering if I could.
All right.
Say gobbledygook.
Gobbledygook. Actually, you can't say that because it's offensive.
Oh, why? Why is
Because
that?
the gook is offensive.
What is that? What is gook?
It's a disparaging term towards Asians.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So thanks to me having to explain that to you, my hopes for getting on Saturday Night Live are just fucking gone now.
But
That's over.
But I didn't know. I didn't know the answer, so maybe I don't know.
True.
Whatever.
True. Whatevs.
I could say I didn't know any better.
I am hoping that Jessica chimes in soon. We're going to talk about with Jessica tonight. This past Sunday, we started doing a show. I'm going to be doing a live every Sunday from my personal YouTube. It has nothing to do with FUBAR, although we'll talk about it, and probably have Nicole on there at some point talking about topics. But I'm trying to branch off and do something, then talk about different things. Like last week, we were talking about the history of comedy. This coming week, it's going to be me, Peter Wolfinger, and Dennis Newman, and we're going to be talking about cars. I want to do one where I'm talking about food. So we're going to talk about different things, not in the FUBAR context.
Do you think, is it going to be like comedic, or is it going to be just like comedians shooting the shit?
It's going to be comedians and excuse me, other people. Anyone who I find interesting that's relevant to the topic that we're going to talk to, we're going to bring them in. Will it be funny? I try to make everything funny.
Okay.
because I'm funny looking. So,
Okay.
I'm like all sweaty. I look like shit right now.
Put some powder. You need to powder your
Some
nose.
powder. Yeah. If I tried powdering anything on my face right now, it would be like spackle. Like, it would be like all thick and crusty. And then after a while it'll dry off and then it'll just start flaking.
Kind of funny.
So yeah, Jessica can sign in whenever. I made pork tiki marsala today, not from scratch, but still proud. Nice.
Who
I am
says that?
proud of you.
Where are you reading?
Akita.
Where are you reading comments? Oh, on Facebook?
On the YouTube
I mean,
feed.
that's what I meant on YouTube. Okay.
Yeah, so like up here I have the Zoom feed, which is in real time. And then down here, down below at crotch level, is the YouTube streaming page.
Oh, that's a good idea.
I can see comments. Well, it's got the controls for streaming. So I can see comments, but the video feed on there is delayed. So if I have that in my line of sight, it's going to confuse me because it's going to be in the past.
So is that now?
Makes sense.
Is that
Yeah.
now?
It's not now. That is now. That is then. And what's in the future, I don't know.
I just want to see the comments. So no, I don't want to allow access to my Galaxy device laptop. Sorry.
Your mom's asking, so what's gobbledy? I think it's actually like gobbledygook. I don't think it's actually GOOK. But gobbledygook is just like garbled speech that doesn't make sense. Gibberish, if you will. I think that's what it is.
Oh, there we go. All right, cool.
Yay. So anyway, so back to what we're going to be talking about tonight, aside from if Nicole has any Florida man and such. One of the topics I didn't get to talk about on Sunday was women's role in comedy and in the history of comedy.
Of course you didn't get to the women's. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
My wife asked me, she's like, what are you going to be talking about on the show tonight? I'm like, we're going to talk about how women comedians aren't funny and just shouldn't be around. And because she gets offended and gets angry when I say shit like that.
But she does. Funny. But she doesn't like comedy that much.
Not really. Okay. I told her a joke though, and she laughed at it. I said, when I cleaned it up a little bit because the kids were there. I said, back when I was in my teen years, I got caught making out with my best friend's sister. And we were making out hot and heavy, and I got caught by the whole family. And it made the rest of the funeral really, really uncomfortable, but,
That's funny.
And she laughed at that. But, I mean, there are some other jokes I'll tell where not so much. She doesn't like dead baby jokes, I can tell you that.
I don't like dead baby jokes either. I also don't like dead hooker jokes, and I don't like... That's it.
How do you not like dead hooker jokes?
I don't like dead hooker jokes, but I do like dead baby jokes. Some of them, within reason. Which is kind of morbid.
What's the best part about your hooker dying?
What?
Both hours free.
Oh. Okay.
You're kind of laughing at that. What does it mean if a hooker's nose is running?
What?
She's full. Come on. It was funny.
You're dirty. You're a dirty man.
Oh yeah. We know that. We know that. I'm a trash bag human.
You're
fine with that.
I guess a little bit. No, I'm kidding. Me too, though. I'm a total dumpster fire.
I'm a dumpster fire that's surrounded by fire. Jessica just came in. I'm gonna admit one.
Admit one.
Wait for her to connect in audio. Gonna connect video.
Jessica's iPhone.
There she is.
We can't hear you.
I should probably make noise when I do that.
Hey,
there we go.
There you are.
Yay!
Yes.
Thank you for having me. I'm sorry. I'm almost professional. Almost there. Hang on.
Are we gonna be looking up? What the fuck?
It's my nose. Woo!
Any bats in the cave? Couldn't tell.
I don't know. You told me.
No, looks pretty good. The old Schnozola looks pretty good. Yeah.
All right. Good. Because I just came from a Coke party. No, I'm playing. I wish.
Booger sugar.
Booger sugar.
I think it was it actually popped up recently. I was saying something at dinner, and my son's like, snorting coke is good. I'm like, it's like a 14-year-old kid. I'm like, how the fuck do you know? And he's like, Yelp reviews. Like, that's pretty funny.
Oh my God.
Yelp. There's a Yelp for cocaine. I love it.
Well, yeah. I mean, little Raj. He makes bad jokes. Well, not bad jokes. He makes naughty jokes because he's a little naughty bastard.
Because that's your baby. He gets them from dad.
Yeah, he does.
Crab apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
I'm just glad he got his mom's ass though, because mine's flat.
Yeah.
It's true. So I don't know if you heard me babbling on the intro, Jessica. We're going to continue part of the conversation from Sunday. What we didn't get to. What are you doing? You turn it sideways. There you go. Yeah. What we didn't get to talk about Sunday was women in comedy. Yay! And how they're not funny and don't belong completely. Kidding.
You're a little outnumbered today, Roger.
But you also know I'm kidding, considering I book a lot of female comedians on my shows.
Yeah, that's totally true, though. I have to give you props for that. That you generally have a good variety.
But if you look,
people.
it's like the same 4 or 5 because those are the only funny ones. The rest of them.
It's just so hard. I'm always barefoot in the kitchen making babies. I don't have any time to tell these jokes. One day suffrage will be over.
I definitely think we should end women's suffrage. You ladies have suffered long enough.
What if I start a chain of anal beads called women's suffrage? And it's just butt plugs, and they have presidents that we couldn't vote for. Lincoln.
I like it.
On the butt plug topic, Nicole, did I send you the picture of the girls with there's like a picture of a light up butt plug, the butt plugs with the jewels on them?
Yeah.
So, somebody posted like a picture of those, and then a picture of these girls. I guess they were hookers in really short skirts, but you could see lights under their skirts.
Like a butthole Christmas tree.
Yeah, I mean, you don't see anything in the graphic in the picture. You just, kind of, it's inferred what the lighting is coming from. It's like a disco for crotch crickets. Is what I said.
They have some with LED, changing LEDs on the back.
Well, no joke. For my bachelor party, my father-in-law got me a light up cock ring.
Oh my God.
I think he went in. I think he went into the adult store and just didn't get past the counter. He just went to the counter. It was probably sitting there on one of those little pin racks, and he just I'll buy this and give it to him because it'll be funny.
Your
That was kind of funny.
Joke's
really
on him.
cool.
I used it on his daughter. No, I'm just kidding. It's fucked up.
Whoa.
He's not watching. Or if he is, sorry, Bob.
Oh, definitely not.
Sorry.
Definitely not. Nah, none of my family watches because they're not cool enough, or I'm too offensive. Either one of those.
Sorry, Randy. Oh God, that's crazy.
Wait, you know my brother Randy?
No, that's.
You just grabbed for an R word?
I just grabbed for a generic white man name. Killing it.
Actually, hang on. His name is actually Randolph, but he goes by Randy. But I have my brother's Randy. He lives in New York. He's a fire chief in New York.
Nice. Good for him. Thanks,
Yeah.
Rand. Thanks
He's
for saving our lives.
We're pretty sure he's
Killing it.
adopted.
I tell my brother that all the time. It was recently my little brother's birthday.
Happy birthday, little bro.
Birthday. I know, right? And on Venmo, he wouldn't pick a good gift, so I sent him money on Venmo, and I put it
Cash is always a
public.
good gift.
And I put to celebrate the day you were adopted, and I just waited. No LOL or emojis, just to celebrate your adoption date.
That is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
See, I'm a huge
Thank you.
fan I'm not a huge fan of, but I hate greeting cards. Buying a card for holidays.
Me too.
It's a waste of fucking money to me. I don't send Christmas cards or Hanukkah or Kwanzaa cards. I don't send cards. I fucking hate it. I'd rather I made a homemade card for my wife for Mother's Day, and it said, "I love you more than tigers love sardine oil."
Was that
How
a Tiger
true the
King
statement
joke?
is, I don't know.
Nice. I bet they do. Yeah, why not? I bet they love it a lot.
Hey, if it's good for Carol Baskin, it's good for anybody.
Hey.
Oh my God.
Hey.
And Nicole, I don't think I got
Sorry, I
to say
don't know if
hi
y'all
to you.
heard
It's
that,
been
but
a
that was
minute.
too
How you
loud.
doing? What's up?
Oh,
Yeah, I'll say what's up.
Nicole, she's saying hi to you.
hi. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Thank you. Thank you for having me, you guys. Hell yeah. Yes.
So women in comedy. Oh, by the way, Nicole, what time you need to boogie out?
10:00.
10 o'clock. All right.
Woo. Yeah.
Just so I know. And
Yeah.
actually, you know what we'll
Okay.
do? Well, let's cover. Did you do any research today, Nicole?
I did a little bit of research. Yeah.
All right, let's talk about Florida man and that stuff. And then we'll get in this way. We can at least get your segment. We don't run over and you run out
Okay.
before we can get to it. So we'll do that. And then we'll get to how women aren't funny.
Okay. I just like
I'm
to
going to
say
catch so much shit for this. And it's what the funniest part is, like, the reality of how I feel about women in comedy.
I
is
know, I
completely
know.
opposite that.
my mom said it's bad when I do the SMH, the shake my head. So me of all people. Florida man gets tasered after walking around naked around neighborhood.
Ride the
Nice.
lightning, motherfucker.
In Gulf Breeze, a Florida deputy tasered a naked man who was wandering through the neighborhood during a rainstorm. Oh, so
I
he
cannot
got
confirm nor deny that I was in Gulf Breeze at the time.
Joseph John Musso was arrested Thursday night and charged
fucking
with
name, Musso?
loitering and prowling lewd. Musso, loitering and prowling lewd and lascivious behavior. I love that word, lascivious.
It sounds so
Resisting
naughty.
an officer without
Lascivious.
lascivious.
Ladies and
Resisting an
gentlemen,
officer
coming to the
without
stage,
violence.
Lascivious. Sorry.
Lascivious Musso. I want that to be my rapper name.
That's a
Lascivious,
porn. That's like a fucking porn name, though.
Lascivious Musso.
Yeah.
He was exposing his sexual organs. Authorities were called by a resident and said security cameras showed a naked man walking by the front door. A second person then called the Santa Rosa Sheriff's Office, who said they saw a naked man with an erection. And admittedly, rainfall, the deputy tried to apprehend the man, but he ran away. The deputy then fired his taser at Musso. The arrest reports say that the 63-year-old Musso man told deputies he received
63 running around naked getting tased.
Yes.
The
Yes.
man is legend. He is legend.
He received sexual gratification by being naked in public. It is
I'm
not
wondering if did he blow his load like as he got tased? Because some people are into that electroshock shit. So was he like grinding and like the cop was like, and he was like, oh yeah.
he
How'd it go?
I'll just say he's a very interesting looking gentleman.
Yeah. Can you?
He has no
Are you
face
looking at it on the computer? Oh.
Yes, he has no face tattoos.
No
Surprising.
face
Shocked.
tattoos?
No face
Does he have
tattoos.
neck tattoos? Does he have a
No.
Chinese character right behind his ear over here?
I don't know. I can't
Okay.
I can't tell. But
Does he have
looks-
welcome aboard tattooed on his dick?
Not that I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. I can
No
only see his face. No tattoos. Florida man makes the news with no tattoos on his face.
No tattoos, 63, walk around the neighborhood naked. What if he was just a quarantined old man with no health insurance, walking around knocking on people's doors like, could you look at my prostate? I don't have the health insurance anymore. And I just want to know, is this a boil? Is this a cyst? What is it? Just someone tell me what's on my ass. Where are you going? Why are you calling the police?
The old Jew just came out.
That's
Is this a
love that.
boil? What is this?
Well, that's my reference when it comes to older
Listen.
people. I'm just like, when you're
My
old,
nephew,
you're a Jew,
my
right?
nephew is a
That's it.
doctor. My son is a bum. He's a fucking bum.
It's a fucking bum.
I just want to
What the
let
hell
you
is Verizon? That's not a job. You could have been a doctor. Verizon.
I
Give you a
think
Verizon. So
I think Jessica's laugh rivals Ian Frost's laugh.
oh, thank you. That's
You have I
You
love
know what? You know what I think it stems from?
right.
The
Weed?
devil's lettuce. The devil's lettuce. That's
the devil's lettuce.
that's an high
All
as
of the
fuck
pot.
laugh is what that is.
True. All the time. Stay high. What up? Hell yeah. Actually, where's my pen? Oh no. I'm not smoking for one moment. What's gonna happen? If I get too sober, I start doing taxes. It's the Jew stereotype. I can't help it. Oh god.
Shalom.
Oh god. Okay. It's okay. I'll smoke later.
Are you a fan of not Daisy Dukes? What's the name? Dukes of Hazzard. Sorry.
Dukes of Hazzard would be Daisy Dukes.
Daisy
Like,
Dukes wears Daisy Dukes,
yes, she does.
but I'm saying Dukes of Hazzard because
Like
a
the
Florida
show.
man, a Florida man runs from the cops and goes on a car chase in General Lee.
Really?
Nice.
Now my question is, did Waylon Jennings narrate it? Did like it all of a sudden pause in the air and like them old Duke boys are in a deep trouble?
This gentleman does not look like what you think somebody driving General Lee would look like.
Did he look more like Enos
I don't know.
or
Who that
Cooter?
is.
Cooter was the guy that was there was a character on the Dukes of Hazzard named Cooter, and he actually went on to become a U.S. congressman.
Congressman Cooter.
Cooter for Congress.
Cooter for Congress.
Cooter for Congress. All right.
I love it. If you want your nation to be wetter, firmer, and
Moister. You got to say moister. If you want this nation moister than an oyster, vote for Cooter.
Cooter for Congress. I like
Cooter
that.
for Congress.
I would vote-
Everybody wants Cooter.
Roger, when are you gonna run for politics? Any of them?
Never. I got way too many fucking skeletons.
I think
Nice.
that's fitting. That's
Yeah.
They'd start,
fitting.
no. They'd start digging and it'd be like, this guy needs to be fucking locked up for a long time. And that's not even the weird shit.
Then
I'm
it
not-
got weird.
I could never run for office. I will never be on a show like Saturday Night Live. I've said too many bad things in my life. And there are probably like a few dozen dick pics floating around somewhere, like Dick Trickle, Dick Nixon, Dick Van Dyke, Dick Van Patten, Dick Army, and his wife,
One's-
Vagina Coast Guard.
One's in black and white. Sorry,
I
go on.
started collecting nasty pictures to send to people when I get unsolicited dick pics.
I told you to
Nice.
do that.
Hell
Yes, like poop pictures and other graphic things.
Mhm.
Yeah, I get real estate agents solicit all the time. I'll get text messages. Would you like to sell your home? I'll send them a picture of like two gay guys fisting each other
Nice.
Yeah.
with a comment saying, since you like to send unsolicited messages, I'm going to send this to you unsolicited. Have a nice day.
I enlisted the help of a couple of my guy friends to send me some real bad ones, and guys always got the good ones. This is all I gotta say. Guys always get all the nasty pictures.
What's funny is like you got to catch me at the right time, because every now and again I'll just clean my phone out and then start from scratch collecting them.
I don't.
Do you mean dick pics? Roger, who's sending you
No,
dick
no,
pics now?
like, no,
Like
like other
gross
filthy
pictures.
pictures, like
Like
gross
gross
pictures.
pictures.
Like my
Those nasty
sister, I love my
pictures.
sister.
Okay.
She might be watching. She sends me pictures of her own shit like all the time. She'll just send me, and she actually accidentally sent it by Snapchat to my son. We have the same name. She sent it to the wrong Roger. And he's such an idiot. Like he could have just like responded by,
Oh,
"That's
no.
really nice, Aunt Cynthia, but I think you need more fiber in your diet." He had the opportunity. It's for comedy gold, and he just ignored it. He's like, I don't want to respond. Fucking respond with fucked up shit. We're all fucked up. You know that.
That's funny.
Maybe he actually found it gross.
I doubt it. He's a 15-year-old boy. Like, he does everything gross. Hang on. Akita says, I worked with a group of guys that had a text chat completely dedicated to sending each other pictures of their own poop. That's not surprising. I'm on a group chat where people just they just send the grossest shit, and usually it starts out as a hot chick and she's got a bigger dick than I do, which is always offensive to me. Just because her dick's bigger, that's the only thing that's offensive.
So greedy. Like, just-
Seriously.
you can't have it all. You can't have big tits and a big dick. Choose one.
Seriously.
God damn.
What they send all the time, and it gets me every fucking time. It'll be something where you got to turn the volume up to hear it, and then all of a sudden it's like the woman moaning really loud. I'm sure you've gotten that at some point. Like it gets me every fucking time, and a lot of times it happens in public. Like
No, apparently my friends don't want to embarrass me enough. I need to get shittier friends. I'm not getting any of that stuff. I'm really jealous. I get obnoxious things like, how are you? Fuck you, Karen. Send me some weird shit.
I mean, you want weird or you want graphic and gross? Because I got both.
Uh-oh. All of the above. Let it fly.
I mean,
Let's
out
get
of personal
weird.
preference, yeah. So this is what normally I'm not going to show you the video what's going on. The video what's going on is a guy is lighting a fire in his backyard, but he's what you hear that water is him pouring gasoline onto the fire. So I'm watching this. I'm thinking like, this is going to fucking blow up. Awesome. I want to see this. So I turn the volume up so I can fucking hear it. And then he lights the match and he throws it. It's loud. And it's a picture of probably one of the biggest dicks you've ever seen with a swinging set of nuts.
Nice.
This is what my friends send to me.
Killing it.
But that moaning thing gets me every fucking time. Every time. My friends are assholes. So anyway, back to Florida Man. What else? What are the Florida Man shit we got?
Florida Man.
Florida Man.
Florida Man. Oh, wait, okay, I'm gonna tell you some birthdays while I find that other story that I just lost.
Yay.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday to Jojo Siwa, who is a YouTube personality turned pop singer, and she's 17 today.
Oh, never heard of her. Happy birthday, you nobody.
The little blonde girl?
Yes, correct. The little blonde girl.
Okay. Well,
if it's not death metal, I don't know.
Happy birthday to DJ Marshmallow.
Best known
for his big marshmallow head.
I know who that is.
Okay. Let's see who else we have here.
I'm not that much of an old white guy.
Yo Gotti rapper.
Hey. I know who
rapper
that is.
Yo Gotti. Oh, happy birthday to Andre the Giant, who
is dead.
Passed away in 1993.
He was great in The Princess Bride.
Yeah, I like, honestly, I am familiar with him not only because of that, but because of the Shepard Fairey artwork and a bunch of other stuff.
What is
that? Shepard Fairey. Shepard Fairey is an artist. Yeah, the Obey poster, with his close-up of his face. He's also, Shepard Fairey is also responsible for doing the Obama Hope campaign posters for his first run in office and a bunch of other stuff. He's done a bunch of art for a bunch of people too. So he did he collaborated with a Tool cover album and stuff.
I'm familiar with his work, not with his name, but now I know who it is.
Okay. Yeah. Happy birthday to the late Malcolm X today.
Happy birthday.
Let's see who else we have here.
Dan Gerlach's birthday was yesterday. Happy birthday, Dan.
Happy birthday.
Dan. Yay.
Peter Mayhew, movie actor.
Yes, he was wasn't he like Chewbacca?
I don't remember, but he passed away this year, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think he was Chewbacca.
Oh yeah, that's right. Let's.
I can't do Chewbacca. That's as good as I can get it.
I love how Roger's impression already wasn't great, and then Nicole just goes like, meow. Like, meow. Is this a Chewbacca impression?
Wait.
Woof, woof. Moo. Just so off subject.
No.
Great. Called it. Boom.
The Grudge.
For Grudge, thank you.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Happy birthday.
Yes.
Happy birthday to the late Nicole Brown Simpson. Oh yeah.
She dead too.
Yeah, Nicole Brown Simpson.
If you dead and it's your birthday, put your hands in the air.
I don't think she can because you hit the top of the casket and that's it. That's horrible.
I'm hoping her ghost is in the club.
If the glove don't fit, you must have quit.
The club. Oh yeah, totally the glove too. In the club with the gloves, putting her hands up because she did. Ayo.
I always hated.
Oh,
Oh,
go ahead,
sorry.
Nicole.
What? Oh, I was gonna say I always hated when people say throw your hands up in the air like you just don't care, because I'm just like, I don't care.
Since I don't care, I'm not following your fucking directions, you bastard.
I don't care.
Did you know that Al Cowling's Bronco, the white Bronco from the famous chase, is still around? It still exists.
Nice.
Fun.
That's an old car.
I know. This thing's are sweet. I want it. Not because it was OJ's, but because it was a fucking Bronco, and those trucks were awesome.
Yeah. Why would he keep it after all these years? Why wouldn't he sell it?
It wasn't OJ's car. It belonged to Al Cowling's, who was actually OJ wasn't driving the Bronco. OJ was in the back seat with a gun to his head. After the chase, I think Al Cowling's attorney got was in possession of it and basically put it in his garage, and it stayed there. But it's still, they took it out, they cleaned it up, they fixed it up. They tried selling it to porn stars at the Gold and Silver Pawn Shop in Vegas.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
I remember
but
that.
it's still, I don't know where it is or who's got it now, but like that thing's just awesome. I mean, it's such a piece of macabre pop culture. It's awesome.
Totally. Like when OJ, when that whole thing was suddenly cool again, and they redid it and they made it into a TV show with Cuba Gooding Jr. or whatever, like a few years ago, that was the time to sell that car or make a tourist attraction out of it.
Well, no matter what, that thing's always going to have value. It's always going to be worth something. So, it's just a matter of who's going to buy it and when.
Oh man, I would have sold the shit out of it. Oh man,
the longer you wait, the more the value will keep going up.
I don't know.
Pop culture history. Or not pop culture history, but so I have some holidays for today.
Okay.
Today is National Walnut Day. Hey, look, it's a wall. I'm a nut. There we go.
All right. If the nuts are on a wall, they're a
walnut.
If the nuts are on your chest, that's a
chestnut.
The nuts are on your chin, that's a
chin
blowjob.
Today is National No Dirty Dishes Day.
Tell that to my fucking kids.
I have to do dishes. I have to do dishes later. I did not celebrate that day appropriately.
Believe it or not, washing dishes is one of the chores I like doing. I like washing dishes. I
don't hate it, but I have to wear the gloves because I don't want to touch dirty food, and also wet metal is weird.
Not about that life.
That's probably not the weirdest shit I'll touch on a daily basis, but I mean, I get it.
I feel you.
Yeah. National Devil's Food Cake Day.
Ooh, chocolate.
That sounds good. I should have celebrated that holiday. Fuck the dish holiday. I'm like, cake holiday? Yeah, I can get down.
I like cake.
Oh, wait. Having technical issues here. There we go. Cake.
Your choices for dinner are cake and cock. We're all out of cake.
Cake and cock. Oh, cake.
It's National Be a Millionaire Day.
Working on it. Working on it. Way the fuck off, but I'm still working on it.
And it's National Waitstaff Day, and that's it.
Hey, considering they're all out of work.
Oh, that's sad.
It is
sad.
It's legit sad. A lot of my friends are servers.
They're doing curbside pickup. The curbside, if you're a waiter, you could still be in there kind of walking the curb. I did that today for the first time. I did a curbside thing to a restaurant. I miss sushi so much. I'm so full right now. Actually, I just ate a lot of it right before this.
For lunch today, I went cheap as fuck, and we went with the $5 hot and readies from Little Caesars.
Okay.
Oh, Little Caesars.
I figure if I'm going to be in Florida and have shitty pizza, I may as well go shitty all the way. But here's a fun fact about the founder of Little Caesars, and this is why, even though the pizza is relatively shitty, I'll still buy it from there. Did you know the owner
does not have chlamydia?
the guy who founded Little Caesars, he's passed away. But starting in 1994, he paid Rosa Parks' rent so she could live in a decent neighborhood in Detroit.
Oh my God.
So from 94 till she died, I think she died in was it 2012 or some shit?
Wow.
He paid her rent the entire time.
Oh.
So even though his pizza's pretty shitty, for
Yeah.
$5 you really can't bitch. But I'll support the company.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's really sweet. Now I feel bad for insulting the pizza.
Oh no, the pizza still sucks, but I mean we're in Florida. Come on, Jessica, we're in
Yeah.
Florida.
I don't eat the pizza down here. I'm sorry. I just don't. No,
See,
thank you.
here's the thing about pizza though. Nicole, what have we learned over the years about pizza?
That even bad pizza wait, what was it? Pizza
is like sex.
Even bad pizza is good.
It's better than no pizza.
Yeah.
Bad pizza is better than no pizza. So
Bad pizza is better than no pizza. Correct.
True.
I'm sorry. I love you guys and I value your opinions, but I'm the same way about sex. If it's not great sex, I don't want it.
Hey, different strokes for different folks, I guess.
Sorry. I literally made that decision recently because I was in a relationship of great sex. I got out of a relationship. Then I had a fuck buddy just to get by. But my fuck buddy, his sex wasn't good. So I stopped seeing him. I'm nunning it.
Not worth it.
My pussy's the nunnery now. I'm like, all right. it's just
It ain't getting none.
I'm like, all right, I'll just wait until good sex comes around again. Or until someone deserves good sex from me. It was horrible. Don't give me bad sex. And you know what was so frustrating? He had a huge dick and he didn't know how to use it. Huge.
For shame.
Like
Don't
fucking just like a Lysol can. Fucking huge. And he didn't know how to use it. And he didn't let me get on top because he had an ego problem. What the fuck?
Bitch.
It's like having a big, delicious breadstick and you can't eat it and there's no butter on it. Just a big fucking baguette doing nothing. Nothing. Oh,
you're very passionate about this. But you know what? You're right. If you're
going to have
sex.
Take a deep breath.
If you're gonna have a fuck buddy, there needs to be a good sex fuck buddy, because otherwise you're just wasting your time.
There you
go. You're just wasting your time.
Trash.
There's not a lot of good trash sex. There's not a lot of good today in history facts though, so I'm gonna skip over that segment for today.
I know he's not watching, but like I wish he would. I wish he was watching so he knows why I'm not responding to his text anymore. Hi, that's why.
The dick was trash.
That's why. Learn how to fuck. Learn what foreplay is. Learn. You're 37. Bye. I'm not responding. I hope you enjoyed my vagina. Bye. You're never seeing it again. Now it's all mine.
Vagina. It's all mine.
All mine. It's all mine. She's in the right hands now. She'll be fine.
Or the right hand or the left hand. Either way.
Love it.
What else you got, Nicole?
That's it. That's all for today.
Okay.
That's all she wrote. Not a lot of interesting stuff. I told you all the good stuff today.
Okay.
Yeah.
So onto the topic. Jessica, why are women funny?
Women are funny. Women
yes,
are really funny. Yes. Why are we funny? Because suffering builds character and no one suffered more than women.
That's why all the Jews are funny too.
Yes.
Y'all are terrible.
Anyone who's suffered is funny. Hell yeah. Yeah. And I did research. I could go back to Moms Mabley and Phyllis Diller and Joan Rivers. And who else did I research? A little bit of, God damn it, I have notes. But I'll start. Oh, Fanny Brice was like the first female comedian ever in like the 1800s. Oh, and Nicole, you'll love this. She started out doing burlesque and like dancing. And then she just like threw some little jokes in there.
Yeah.
Burlesque and comedy go well hand in hand.
Burlesque and comedy, they were originated from the same place. And it's now it was supposed to be funny first, and it was funny first and then sexy second. And now it's just kind of like everybody doesn't care about the funny part of it anymore.
Well, that's because burlesque started in France, and the French realized they're sexier more so than funny. French people aren't funny, so.
No. No.
And if you want to prove me wrong, find me a funny Frenchman.
Or not on purpose.
Yeah,
I laugh at him.
But like even like back in the day,
I laugh at him.
George Burns and Gracie Allen, the pair of husband and wife, but then you bring it into more modern times. You Phyllis Diller.
Well, not that modern.
What's that?
Phyllis
Well-
Diller's not that modern. She was big in the 1950s. It's 2020.
Well, she was big in the 50s, but she was still relevant through the 80s and 90s. I mean, I forget what year
Yeah.
she passed away. Is she still alive? No, I think she passed away.
Nah, she did. Nah,
But she
gotta be
was,
dead.
you know, she was still active and funny. You know, going back to my formative years around comedy in the, you know, through the 80s, you had, Judy Tenuta, who's a fucking absolute sweetheart. If you ever have the chance to see her come,
Yes.
she is so freaking sweet. She can
I
call me a
love
pig
her.
any day.
She's the one that was just really spacey and out there, and she had that little instrument, right?
She played the accordion. She called herself the love goddess, and her religion was
Yes.
Judaism.
Judy, all that, right?
Yeah.
I tell them, Judy,
You know,
Judy.
Elaine Boozler, Rita Rudner, Gilda Radner.
Yes, work. Hell yeah.
You know, all women who were fucking hilarious.
Hell
Absolutely
yeah.
hilarious.
I have a fun story about Mom's Mabley. Mom's Mabley was like the first Fanny Brice, and then Mom's Mabley was the first like real female stand-up comic. And she's an older Black lady. There was a movie about her. Wanda Sykes played her. I haven't seen it honestly, but I heard great things. I think she may have even won an award for it. But anyway, so Mom's Mabley, she would like go on stage and she'd tell these dirty kind of nursery rhymes. And then here's a true story of something I had to go through.
Wait, so you mean Andrew Dice Clay wasn't the first one to do that?
He stole it
he
from
wasn't.
an old Black
I was just
woman.
gonna say, well, he did. He did. Well, I didn't know about her. I didn't know about that, but he actually stole it from somebody else.
Who stole it from Mom's Mabley?
Yeah.
Stealing on stealing on stealing. I swear.
There you
Rats
go.
on rats on rats.
Eventually, you steal down to the point where the theft is so watered down, nobody remembers it.
Even knows. Right? Like when I started saying yes, and people are like Broad City. I'm like, no, like drag queens and that and history.
Yeah.
Anyway, yes, right? Exactly.
I don't
But
know.
anyway.
Yeah, yes. That's a drag
Yes.
queen thing. I don't know what they're talking about. So
Exactly. Right. The fuck. I mean, I love Broad City. But I'm just saying it didn't originate there. Anyway,
Right.
so wait, the Mom's Mabley story. I was running a mic at this place in Brooklyn called Don Pedro, and I ran it for 2 years, and I think I ended it, I don't know, say 3 or 4 years ago. I can't remember, honestly. But it was a really fun mic, and it was always packed out. We had a great time. There was this woman there called Mom's Mabley. This woman was not a comic. She was just an old lady who lived across the street, right? And she came in one day when I was doing my mic, and she gets on my mic, and I'm nice, and she's an old lady, so I let her on with all the Brooklyn comics who are actually working their way up and doing the real thing. And she gets on the mic, and she's just literally saying what Mom's Mabley said. So she's literally just stealing old jokes, right? And
It's a tribute act. It was a tribute act.
It was a tribute act, and it was cute the first time or two. But this woman, she was, I don't know if it was lonely or crazy or what, very old, at least 80s, right? She started coming on my mic every fucking week. And this mic was 2 hours long. I had at least 25 comics to take care of. Each set was at least 5 minutes. I was hosting, I was running back and forth from stage. There's a lot to do when you're running something well. And she wanted me to like baby her, and she wanted to go on first, and she wanted to do this, and she wanted to do that, and she wanted me to get her a drink. It was so fucking annoying. It was so fucking annoying, and I like couldn't tell anyone how horrible she was because she was this cute little old lady. Like I didn't want to look like a dick, but it was like she got mad at me one week because I wasn't catering to her, and I'm like, ma'am, you're very sweet, but like this is my job. Like I can't, we're not friends. Like I can't hang out with you. Like no. It was so fucking annoying. So I always like have this little like trigger, when I think about Mom's Mabley, because I think about that old woman that just kept bothering me every Sunday for 2 fucking years. God damn. Like when I had to give up the mic, I was so happy. I was like, oh my God, good. I never
Don't have to
ever
see
have
that
to see-
bitch again.
I never have to see this bitch again. They're like, do you want us to tell her? I'm like, no, please don't. I don't want her to know my name. No. Like, God, no. Oh, it was horrible. And it was more annoying because people didn't know who Mom's Mabley was or what she was doing. So I'd have actual audience members sometimes coming in and laughing and enjoying her. Like, she's amazing. I'm like, she's copying. No, she's not amazing. You're just dumb. You just don't know what she's doing. This isn't like... oh God, it was so frustrating. It was so frustrating. But yeah, Mom's Mabley. Oh, and I have a lot of good stuff on Joan Rivers. I don't know if you want me to go there. I could really go.
Well, I mean, start going down the path. Fuck it. We're talking about women are funny, except for Amy Schumer. Fuck Amy Schumer.
Not anymore. Not as soon as she took Patrice O'Neal's old jokes. Stopped right there for me, ma'am. I'm sorry.
He's one of many. Oh, we lost the video feed on you.
I know. I'm sorry. I have to grab my notes real quick.
Oh, okay. But she stole Patrice O'Neal's material. She stole like everybody's material, and didn't even have the fucking brains to change it up. She just fucking copied it straight out, word for word. Fucking copied it.
For real, disgusting. Okay. All right. So I just looked at my notes. Sorry about that, guys. All right.
Welcome back.
So
we missed you.
Also, thank you. Missed you guys too. It was a long 2 seconds there. I didn't know what I was gonna do. But where was I? Oh yeah, Carol Burnett was I think the first female to run a variety show back in like, I don't know what, the 60s or 70s or something like that. And she was actually male executives at the company were really against it, and they were telling her that variety shows were a man's game. A gay man's game? A variety show? Like, that's macho to you? So,
well, Liberace had a variety show.
Right? That's a man's game. Football, beer, and variety shows. No, like, honey, no. But and she didn't listen, and she did it anyway, and she had the top ratings of any TV show of the time, and she fucking killed it. Her variety show is amazing. So go Carol Burnett. History, shutting it down. Hell yeah. Moving on to Joan Rivers. That's my bitch. That's my muse. I love her so much. R.I.P. Queen. I got to meet her daughter, Melissa.
Woo!
Woo! That's pretty cool.
It was really cool. I mean, it was for, I don't know, a few minutes, and I went to her book signing, and I bought her book that she wrote about her mother right after her passing, unfortunately, the Book of Joan. And when I met her, she was so sweet, and I'm like, oh my God, I love your mom. She's so inspiring. I'm a comic too, but nowhere near her level. And she's just like, keep going, don't give up, keep trying. And she signed my book with like a cute little note, and I'm gonna keep that book forever. Like, I've had people ask me, can I borrow your book? And I'm like, no. Melissa Rivers wrote in it. I'm sorry, I'd rather give you my kidney. No, don't touch my book.
Just going back to Carol Burnett, because obviously the YouTube feed is there's a delay. But Nicole's mom says Carol Burnett had like 5 kids while she was doing the show. Raising the kids, and still conforming to that old mother taking care of the kids thing, and having a successful career.
Yes, work, Carol Burnett. Good for her. She was amazing. Hell yeah, Carol Burnett. Yes. And shout out to Nicole's mom. That is so sweet that your mom's watching. My whole family watched the last show. My whole family watched the last show.
Nicole's mom watches like every show. The only time she'll bump off, like she started watching the Aristocrat show, but that was a bit much. And understand that's not their speed. But Nicole's parents are like the sweetest people ever. Her mom and her dad are like the sweetest people.
Oh, that's so cute.
I think did I just get kicked off?
No, I see you.
Am I still here?
Yes, you're still here.
You can see me? I can't see you guys. It's okay.
Oh no.
That's cool.
We can see you.
Oh no.
Okay.
I'm sorry you can't see us. You're not missing much. We didn't dress
That's cool.
up.
That's fine. I'm just like talking to no one right now then at this moment. So
quarantine life. You ain't about that quarantine life. You ever talk to no one, not wear pants for a week? You're not about that life. You know what's up. You ever talk to no one?
Wait a second, you moved.
Hills.
Nicole moved.
What do you mean?
You're down on the bottom now. And Jessica's over there.
I don't know.
Maybe because I got kicked off for like 1 second.
Could be.
Yeah,
That's weird.
see, there you go. I see it, but I can hear you guys. But that's cool though.
So now you're frozen. You're like,
One of
oh.
speaking of quarantine life, one of my last Florida man stories.
Mhm.
One of my Florida man stories, my last Florida man story, was that a Florida man age 65 decided to self-quarantine for 65 days on his boat, and the Coast Guard found him because he ran out of gas. Yeah.
That's a problem. Speaking of which, has anybody
Yeah.
heard from Dick Gordon? He went out on a boat ride and dropped off the face of the earth.
Oh shit! No, I haven't talked to him in a little while.
Like he,
Oh,
like
yeah,
he last I saw on Facebook was probably about a month ago, maybe a little bit more. And like he left, and like a couple days later, he deleted his Facebook account.
Oh no, that's my friend, and he
Yeah.
books me. I gotta hit him up. Oh shit! Oh no! Oh no, Dick, you okay? That's bad. Oh no.
Well, nobody's booking anything right now.
True. Oh shit! I will hit him up, and I'll let you know if I hear back from him. Shit.
Yeah, let me know.
That's not good. Oh god. But if you want to hear more about Joan Rivers, she's amazing. She's oh my gosh. She wouldn't want to be like remembered as like, you know, such a historical comedy changing figure, but she really was. She always wanted to be a serious actress, and she actually got into comedy to pay her way by while she was trying to make it as a serious actress.
Really?
Could you imagine? Yeah. Like we're comics and trying to like, you know, get side jobs to make it until we make it. Her side job was comedy. And like it just
That's
hit.
crazy.
Yes. So it hit. And on her way up, a really big part of her way up was being a guest on The Tonight Show with Johnny Carson, right? And she was
so many comedians, you know, were made by Carson. I mean,
Mhm. Oh,
so
yeah.
many.
Yeah, but she was always a good friend of him, always loyal to him. There was a lot of business behind the scenes that her husband was helping her with before he unfortunately passed away. And when she got her own late show, she called Johnny Carson to celebrate, and he never talked to her again, and it broke her heart.
No
Yep.
shit.
That was his ego.
That's sad.
Yeah,
Damn.
I mean, R.I.P. But wow, like it broke
Yeah.
her heart that her good friend never talked to her again and was so angry that she actually made it, you know,
Yeah.
and not completely because of him. He didn't own her, but he helped. And
Oh, yeah.
messed
Well,
up.
back then, I mean, getting on Carson was that was where you wanted to be. Like once you were on Carson and accepted by Carson, you know, the sky was the limit where you can go from there.
But Joan was killing it. She was on the up and up at the time. She had bigger opportunities that she was declining
Nicole,
to stay
hang on.
loyal to Johnny. Oh, we
Nicole,
lost you.
you leaving?
Yes, Jessica, hold down the fort. I gotta go for tonight. So
Oh,
Toodles.
It was good
right.
seeing you.
Bye,
Thanks
Nicole.
for
Love
having
you. We'll
me.
see you later.
bye guys, have a good day. How do I exit
You
out?
too.
How do I leave it?
If you move the mouse on the screen, there should be a thing that says end or leave meeting.
I gotcha.
Yes, click
Bye.
on that. Bye.
Bye guys.
Bye. Good seeing you. Bye.
Oh, okay.
God.
So we're finally alone with the viewers.
Bow chicka bow wow. Let's get
But-
weird. Who loves fat body hair? Stay tuned. Oh god.
But going back to topic, that is pretty shitty that he
Yeah.
never talked to her again.
Yeah.
I'm not
that's some of-
surprised. I'm really not surprised.
That's some of the behind the scenes spilling the tea. Yes. And so what after that, she got her late night show, which was kind of short lived. And then she got a daytime talk show. I think in like 1989, she got her own
I remember that.
short-lived daytime talk show. And she was the first daytime talk show that had drag queens on, not as a joke, not as
My
a
God.
gawking thing, but like
But
an
just-
actual, these are performers, you know,
Yeah.
before RuPaul. And you saw what happened to RuPaul Drag Race. I started watching from the first season. Everybody thought I was weird and freakish about it. Now it is so big. Right now they have RuPaul Drag Race. They have Celebrity Drag Race. They got Untucked. There's like 5 RuPaul programs on TV
No
right
shit.
now.
I don't watch TV,
Yes.
so I don't know.
Yes, it's huge now. And Joan Rivers was like one of the pioneers of like, no, these are amazing performers. And it's not a freak show. Really enjoy them. They're great, you know? Shit,
That's
hell yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, she was so ahead of her time. So ahead of her time. She has this documentary that came out in 2010 called Piece of Work. And it is, honestly, I cannot recommend this documentary enough, especially if you're
Really?
a comic or if you love comedy in any way. You must watch this.
Where
Piece
is
of
it
Work.
available?
I don't know. I bought it and then I lost the DVD, but I bet you could.
I'm sure I could find it. I'm kind of smart like that.
Yeah, we could totally find it on Hulu or Netflix or Amazon Prime, or just buy it off Amazon, whatever. Just find it. It's so good. It's I don't know, maybe 2 hours long, maybe a little less. And it's Joan Rivers just going through her life before she passed. And she was working so hard. Like, this woman worked so hard. Her life was her career, you know?
Wow.
Like,
Yeah.
it just consumed her. And her husband and her kid, they were all part of the career, the moving career, you know, and it was really a team effort. And it's like just this insatiable drive that she couldn't get enough work, you know, because she loved it so much. And oh my God, she used it in so many facets. But Piece of Work in 2010 really shows you like the soul of a comic. There's this one part where she's going through her schedule, and it's just booked. And then she gets to a page where there's nothing, blank page. And she shows it to the camera and she's like, you see this blank page? This is death to me. This is what death looks like.
Wow.
Yo, it just stuck with me forever, because when I was hustling my hardest and had that passion and actually, not to brag, had shows every single night, at least one show a night for a good 2 years in New York, that was death to me. I'm like, holy shit, I'm going to die if I don't have a show. It's just that fire that's so hard to explain. And she explained it so well in that movie, for real. Oh, I'll stop, but she's amazing. She's amazing. I could go on forever. Love Joan.
But then now bringing it into the modern days of, you know, era of comedy, like what we're seeing today.
Yeah.
You know, what I see is a lot of female comedians going overboard with the disgusting, you know, not disgusting because I like dirty talk, but just going overboard with just being dirty and, you know, outrageous, almost doing what men were doing back in the 70s, the early 80s, just being so over the top. That's what they're doing. And it's comedians that are sticking with that, I don't think are as funny. Like Sarah Silverman. She's either fucking hilarious or not funny at all. Like, she's got, you know, I don't find Amy Schumer funny at all, but then again, I'm biased because I don't like, you know, stealing the joke theft.
It's like the number one comic crime you can do. It's the worst thing you can do as a comic. Number one, steal a joke. And number two, go over the light when you're not good. Fuck you.
That's so fucking true.
So fucking true.
Don't run the fucking light.
Especially if you're not amazing. If you run the light and you're not Jerry Seinfeld, get the fuck out of the club. Stop.
Well, hang on.
Time.
I don't think Jerry Seinfeld's funny.
Oh, you're right. You don't like Jerry Seinfeld. Okay, who's a comic that you love so I could use a better reference for
Chappelle.
you? Chappelle. If you run a red light and you're not Chappelle, you are selfish and inconsiderate of every person following you and the audience. God damn it.
Yep. Absolutely.
Rules.
But you know,
Go on.
but then like Amy Poehler, I think Amy Poehler is fucking hilarious. Tina Fey, I think Tina Fey is fucking hilarious.
I love Tina Fey. I have a t-shirt with Amy Poehler and Tina Fey on it, and it's just them just standing there being iconic in sunglasses. I love it. I wear it all the time.
See, that's cool.
Thank you. I try. All my clothes are pretty specifically cool. Like, this dress has little weed leaves all over it. Do you see it?
I'm not surprised.
It's kind of fun. It's a good time.
That's fun.
It's fun.
It's got the devil's lettuce, the spooky spinach.
The devil's lettuce.
Spooky spinach. Roll them into some jazz cigarettes.
Jazz cigarettes. Oh my God. I like to imagine like that I was reincarnated and I had a life in the 1920s hanging out with jazz singers smoking pot. I really see myself doing that. I really see myself doing that.
Be a good time.
Be such a good time. Hell yeah. But yeah, you're right. A lot of lady comics nowadays go really, really dirty because we're always trying to be shocking. You know, a big part of comedy is shocking them, right?
Yeah, true.
So
Very true.
the dirtier things get and the more we evolve and the less we're shocked by A, B, and C, the more we got to do D, F, and E. You got to get dirtier and shockier and all the things, you know, like it was shocking just for a woman to kiss on TV in the 80s or be pregnant or things that really aren't shocking at all now. Now we got to talk about shit that is still shocking. Oh, anal's not shocking to you? What about if I poop on the dick? What about?
Well, I did the very first show I did at Broadway. There was a comedian. I don't know do you know Muffy? Have you ever heard of Muffy?
I heard of that name, but I don't think I know them.
She's very older, very thin white lady. She comes out, and I'll send you the. I have a link to it. She's got it on YouTube, and she came out and she did, I think, like 6 minutes. Of an entire story about a yeast infection.
That's disgusting.
It is, but it was it was fucking hilarious. And the best part of that was this was like this was like the early show in the upstairs room at Broadway. So it was mostly filled with immigrants who didn't speak English. And so you have all these people not knowing what the fuck is going on. She's up there telling this incredibly detailed, descriptive story about a yeast infection. And we're all in the back laughing our asses off. And you had all these like Scandinavians right up in the front that were just sitting there like, what's going on? What's going on? It was it was so fucking perfect. But
Americans are disgusting.
I don't even think they knew enough that I don't even think they knew what the fuck was going on. So they couldn't even say that we were disgusting. They didn't speak English. They bought their tickets from a fucking barker down in Times Square and just, we got nothing to do. $10 each. Okay. And it was the funniest fucking thing. But she's actually since then, she's gone clean. She doesn't tell that joke anymore. Still goes under the name Muffy. And Laura, I can't remember what her name. Her first name's Laura, but she's gone completely clean. She's been doing comedy shows in prisons.
Yeah. Oh wow, good for her.
Yeah, it's
I always wanted to do that.
And it came out of nowhere. Like all of a sudden, I noticed she started going clean, and all of a sudden she's getting booked in prisons, and I'm damn. And she got this whole move, entertaining prisoners kind of movement going, which is really cool.
Nice. But, hell yeah, that's what's up.
It stemmed from this fucking 6-minute awful hilarious joke about cottage cheese. I'm gonna send it to you. I'm gonna find the link later and I'm gonna send it to you. It is just so awful.
I can't wait to receive all these disgusting things from you, Nicole. This is gonna be so great.
But it was good.
I'm excited to have a new definition of what disgusting is.
Speaking of Broadway, though, next Tuesday, Al Martin's coming on. He's gonna do a Zoom.
Congrats! So, hell yeah, that's fantastic. Fuck yeah! Shout out to Al Martin. He's the owner of the biggest comedy clubs in New York. That is fantastic.
Yep, he's gonna come as soon as I originally asked him to do the show Sunday with us. So I wanted him to come on and do the show Sunday. But he was like, Sundays aren't, are never good. I got a lot going on. He's like, if you have any other date available, and I told him, we do this other show on Tuesday nights. You tell me when. And he said next week's good for him, so we're gonna do it.
Oh, that's dope. He's dope. That is so cool.
He's dope. His whole family's fucking dope. His daughters run the clubs, and
I know his daughter. I don't really
good
know him and his wife like that, but I've definitely run into his daughter a whole bunch of times. She's a trip. She's a good time.
His daughter Dina that runs Broadway. Yeah, she's cool. She's cool. The other I can't remember the other daughter's name that runs Greenwich Village. I've never actually performed at Greenwich Village. So,
I have.
I haven't. No.
I'll just shut up.
I'm pretty sure my comedy wouldn't fit well down in that neighborhood.
Oh God.
No. I'm more of a midtown.
No, I like Greenwich. No, I like Greenwich. Just out of all his clubs, yeah. I'm not gonna. It's not. Anyway, I'm so happy he's coming on the show and he's amazing. You know what? They can't all be great. Not
That's
everything
true.
we do is a diamond.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah. But I mean, Broadway's amazing. I love
is.
Broadway. Oh my God, I love it. One of the last times I went home to New York, I got to do a show in there, and I was really happy about it. Hell yeah, good times.
I try. Usually I'll do a show every time I'm up there. I'll do a show there.
No,
It's like
good
my
for
home
you.
club in the city.
Fuck yeah, good for
Yeah.
you. That's what's up. Hell yeah,
Hell
yas.
yeah.
I'm not going back to New York until September. This is the longest I've ever been away from New York in my
Jesus.
whole life.
Really?
And
I was supposed to go
time-
down in like 3 weeks. Or go up. I was supposed to go up in 3 weeks.
Go up. You're gonna go down on New York. You're gonna give it a blowjob. You missed it that much. The last time I was there, it wasn't even that long ago, but it's the longest I've ever been away. I think it was early February I was there.
Okay.
But it wasn't my friend, so that's why I went home. Oh God. Why should people have a funeral? I was home for a funeral. Oh God. It sucks because now
gotta put
I
the
either
fun
go
in
home.
funeral.
Fun and funeral.
I don't know if do you know who Jimmy Hammer is? He's a Long Island comic who's been kind of out of it for a while. He was doing it for a long time, then kind of broke, stopped. Well, he's the guy that got me into comedy. He actually helped me write my very first joke. And he
mentor. My mentor's dead. Go on. Funerals. Ayo.
Funny you mentioned that. My mentor is currently a funeral director in New York. And it's the funniest fucking thing. He did my grandmother's funeral. Like, me and him used to work at a hotel together. Me and him used to work at a hotel together. And we'd have conversations, the most fucked up, nasty shit. Skinny Irish kid. He's got fucking sleeve tattoos all the way down to his wrist. But when he's doing the funeral director thing, his tats are all covered up and he's very professional. And he is James. But when he's not, it's fucking Jimmy. Like, he did my grandmother's funeral. We were in the parking lot drinking because that's what we do. We tailgate funerals. And the fucking funeral director's out drinking with us in the fucking parking lot. We put the fucking fun in fucking funeral.
I'm just laughing the most because Dave Chappelle's mentor is Paul Mooney. Our mentors are dead, and a Paul Bear. Wait, what do you call the funeral owner guy? What do you call
funeral
him?
director?
Funeral director. This is why we're not Dave Chappelle level, because your mentor is a funeral director and mine's dead because our mentors aren't Paul Mooney.
Well, my mentor is still alive. He's still funny. We're still in contact, but he's currently too busy to do comedy, but he's got a lot going on in his personal life, so he doesn't have time to do comedy now, which I get it.
Life gets in the way sometimes.
Indeed it does. Indeed it
True.
does. I can't.
You never know. You never know when
I-
a pandemic is going to wipe out your schedule. Thanks, Rana.
Well, that's the thing. It's like I really want to get back on stage. Like I want to. I need to.
Me too.
And one thing I'm going to start looking into is, and I may start doing it as free shows. I got to find the place to do it. But Vic DiBitetto is doing these live streams where the audience, he can't see the audience obviously, but he can hear them.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's through a Zoom, so everybody logs in with audio and can see him on stage performing.
Yeah.
And
that's
he can
dope.
he can hear their feedback, so he can hear them laughing. Which,
good.
I mean, trying to tell jokes to a dead space, a completely silent room. It's like doing an open mic in Tampa. It sucks.
Unless you're doing a podcast. At best, it's a podcast. At worst, it's make believe. As an adult, you're pretending it's playtime.
But he's setting up a couple of shows, and I think because it's Zoom, you can only have a certain number of viewers. I think it's capped off with how many people you can have. He's selling these shows out.
Wow.
He's doing like 2 shows a night for like 5 nights next week. And
Good
they keep
for
adding
him.
shows because that's the only way he can get on stage.
Okay.
So I'm thinking about doing something like that.
Do it. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? Do it. That sounds
Exactly.
amazing.
So I'll definitely keep you posted on that.
The worst that can happen is the audience, instead of being polite and laughing, just heckles you the whole fucking time, and you can't get a word in.
Well, here's the thing. I was thinking of that. I'm like, the audience is going to start heckling the shit out of it, but not like a club. You can't see who the fuck it is. You can't kick them out. You can't, you don't know what they look like. So trying to rip back at them. I think what they're going to do is have people monitoring, and if they see somebody heckling, they'll just boot them off the feed.
I hope so. Because what about the trolls? Especially since I'm a lady and I have these. The trolls
I didn't
knowing that I
notice.
can't. The trolls, I bet knowing that I can't see their face and it's not a real life interaction. I bet if I try that shit the whole time, it'll just be like a video girl thing. Like, take your top off, shake your titties. What'd she say about airport peanuts? Fuck
Hang
that
on.
shit. I want
Stop.
nip.
Stop telling the people what the heckles I would yell is. All right. So stop. Those are secrets. No, well, I think one of the ways that they're preventing, or at least he's preventing that, is it's $20 for access. It's $20, but it's $20 for one login. So if you want to get a whole bunch of friends at the house to watch it, it's just $20, and you got it, and everybody can watch it. So it's not like you're paying $20 a head. There's no 2-drink minimum. But I think the $20 price tag is going to dissuade people who are just going to go in there and fucking yell, because they're not getting a refund.
No. So either they're just rich assholes who want to pay $20 to act a fool, or they're nice, considerate people who are really paying that money to enjoy some good live comedy. That's what's up.
I love Vic. Vic, I don't know. Have you ever met Vic?
Yeah, it's been a long time. Give me 1 second. Hang on. You won't see my face for like 1 second. I just want to make sure we're talking about the same guy, because it's been
Vic.
quite
He's
some
the bread
time.
and milk guy. Got to get the bread and milk. He does a segment, Ticked Off Vic, where he flips the fuck out on stuff. He's originally from Brooklyn. He lives in New Jersey. But
yeah. I know who you mean. I've met him.
Such
He's very
a
funny.
nice guy. And I've actually talked to him and messaged back and forth. So he's like kind of my secondary mentor, because I've bounced some shit off him. His agent Russell Best is such a nice mentor. Guy. Well, I try not to bother him unless it's like unless I have a legitimate question, because he's a busy guy. He's on his way up. But and when I first started this podcast, I tried to get him as the first guest. And he referred me because it's booking. He referred me to his agent, Russell. And Russell was so fucking nice. He's like, you're just starting out. You don't have numbers. Vic's a very in-demand guy. He's like, keep at it. In the future, if your numbers start going up, get back to me. We'll do what we can. And we still don't. Nobody fucking watches this shit. I just do this for nothing. So I'll never get him on the show. But every interaction with him or his agent, they're just so fucking nice. They're so polite, so professional, and it's amazing. The few times I've met him in person, he's always. Actually, the very first time I met him in person, I was doing a show at the Little Room at Governor's, and I had have you ever done the Little Room?
Governors, I think I only did once. So I did Brokerage a whole bunch and McGuire's a whole bunch, but Governors I did less. Legit only once. Okay,
Governor's Little Room. Think the Comedy Cave at Beef O'Brady's, Dan Gerlach's room. Think a room that size. All right.
Wait, no, because I've been in Governors. I mean, when you walk in and
they have the main room.
The main room. Oh, I haven't been in the little room. I've only been in
the main room. The main room straight through. The little room, as soon as you go in, you go down a little hallway, and there's another small room back there.
I've never been banished. I've never been banished to that room.
Well, no, that's a great room. That's really a great room, because it's really small. It's very intimate. I actually really enjoy that room. Nice. And we were doing a show in the little room, and as a room set up, if you were standing in the back of the theater looking at the stage, which is kind of in the corner. There's a row of tables against the one wall. There's 2 rows of tables in the middle, and then there's tables against the other wall. I had a whole bunch of people showed up for me, and they were all friends, like with each other, and they filled out one of those big long tables right in the middle of the room. Aww. Well, one of them, they were all drunk out of their fucking minds.
Of course.
One of them was heckling the comedians before I went on. Or just the comedian that went on just after me. They heckled the shit out of him.
Your friends are lunatics.
And I was doing the show for John Butera. So he's like, do me a favor, get a hold of him, tell him to just cool it. Yeah, so I sent the one who was the biggest problem. I sent her a text. I'm like, hey, I'm glad you guys are having a good time and trying to interact, but you're kind of throwing them off and it's not working. Just kind of chill. Let them do their set. I offended the shit out of them. They all got up and left. They had already seen me. They all fucking left. So So we're all excited. We got the room sold out. It was like I think it was like a Wednesday or some shit. The room sold out a Thursday. The room sold out. And I'm like, oh, this is gonna be awesome. Fucking packed house. Nice pussy.
Sorry. I'm sorry. I had to pick him up. He's so spoiled.
So they all get out and leave. And we're standing in the back. We're all cursing at each other. Not my friends, like me and John, like fucking just like these motherfuckers. And then Vic pops his head out and sees a fucking giant empty space in the middle of the room. I'm like, motherfucker, like make us look like a bunch of dicks. They didn't get a refund, so fuck them. But then they came back. The next show I did there, they came back and they behaved themselves.
Mm-hmm. They better. I mean, damn.
Kitty don't want to be on camera.
No, he does. He wants to be on camera so bad. He thinks it's all about him. Oh God, do you hear me? Do you hear me talking? This is what the quarantine's done to me. I'm obsessed with my cat. I talk about him like he's got a job. I swear to God.
I think the quarantine's really starting to fuck with us, like all of us. Like I'm at home. I have a day job. I'm trying to run my day job business, from home with both my kids here, trying to homeschool those two little shits, keep my sanity. And then still can't go out and perform comedy, so I'm just losing my fucking mind.
Right, me too. I knew I was starting to lose my mind when I was on the phone with one of my girlfriends, and we started to like find things in common we had with Buffalo Bill from Silence of the Lambs. Like, I don't know where this came from, but we were
I'd show you what I have in common, but I think it violates YouTube's terms of service.
Would you fuck me?
I'd fuck me hard.
I'd fuck me hard. Right.
Have Goodbye Horses playing. Do you know that? Do you know that song that was playing? Goodbye Horses.
Goodbye Horses? No, not really. Why?
Oh, well, listen to it. But okay. It's a great fucking song.
It's a great song. It's a great song to tuck your nuts and murder to.
That's right. His real name was Dick Tucker.
Why? Because you remember how he had that well, and I started talking, and me and my girl were on the phone, and we were, of course, really high off the devil's lettuce.
No.
And I was like, God, I wish I had a well. I wish I had a well in my apartment. I'd use it. Buffalo Bill, he had architecture. He used his well. Use the well. Like nobody has a well.
It puts the lotion in the basket, or else it gets the hose. Or puts the lotion on its skin, or else it gets the hose again.
And see, that's another thing I was finding in common. Moisturizing. I love a good lotion. This man knew what he was doing. I bet you it was Johnson's baby lotion. I bet you it was. I bet he was soft. I bet his skin was just succulent.
Well, the lotion it wasn't him that was moisturizing. He was trying to make sure the girl stayed moisturized so he could skin her. I mean,
so he could wear that sweet, sweet lady skin. Lucky me.
But he always went for the bigger girls.
Yeah, he went for girls my size. I'm getting scared I'm scaring myself. I'm like, oh yeah, he liked girls my size who are soft like me. I live alone.
Oh shit.
I'm okay. I'm not scared. Oh god. Ah, quarantine. Anyways, So what else can I tell you? What else do you want to go over tonight, Raj?
I think that's kind of it. Were there any other female comedians you wanted to talk about that have influeed you?
Oh, yeah. Influenced me directly. Definitely Chelsea Peretti. Love Chelsea Peretti. Jessica Curson. You ever met Jessica Curson? God, she's fucking funny. I met her, I think, just once or twice, and she is so funny. So funny. It's insane that she's not Dave Chappelle level, and she's famous. She's getting up there. Like, she is, rubbing elbows with Bill Burr and everybody, and she's just so goddamn talented. I swear to God, I when I saw her live, I think I pissed. I think I pissed my fucking pants. Like, I swear to God, that's how funny she was. I was just embarrassing myself laughing so loud in this comedy club. Like, people were turning like, is she having a seizure? Like, I wasn't. I was having a great time. Oh my gosh, she's so funny. And super relatable because she's bigger and she's Jewish, and I get it. I have a lot in common with her, except for she's gay, and I love eating dick. Just love that date. I love that date.
I like dick too much to be gay.
I know, right? I wish I didn't. But anyway, oh God. So Jessica Kirson, Chelsea Peretti, and I'll never forget the first female comedian I ever saw on TV that was Elvira something. Elvira something. She was a lesbian. She was skinny, white woman. Her mother was like Lebanese or Arabic or something. And she did this great impression of her mother. And I'll never forget, I must have been like, I don't know, like 5, 6, 7 around that age. And it was like one of those HBO late night things, like,
I remember those.
Like your parents are asleep and you like sneak in and you watch it. You're just hoping you're going to see a nipple or something. And I saw Elvira. She was the first female comic I ever saw, and it blew my fucking mind. And I just right away knew, I'm like, oh, that's me. That's what I'm going to do. I get it now. Like it all clicked. And Dennis Leary was the first male comic I saw when he was doing No Cure for Cancer.
Oh God. I had that recorded and watched it over and over and over. I could probably put it on right now and just do his whole routine. Like do it to the fucking recording.
And like,
Gold.
I'm an asshole.
It was gold. And you know what's funny? He was actually accused of stealing that.
Was he? I didn't hear that. Oh shit, did he?
Yeah. Apparently another comedian up in Boston was doing it.
Really? I'm really shocked by that.
That's it hasn't been proven and hasn't I guess it wasn't.
Does he have tape on it?
Well, that's the thing. It was so long ago that there was no tape back then. So, but some guy said, "Yeah, that was my shit," and they kind of got squashed there. It wasn't like a whole Carlos Mencia, Joe Rogan getting up there and ripping him up on the stage at the fucking at the store.
Because that's a problematic claim. You better be telling the fucking truth if you're going to say that somebody's stealing your joke. That's almost like rape. It's like you better be telling
in the comedy world it is.
That's comedy rape. You stole my joke. You raped my joke. You raped my joke, bitch. I got tape on it. Stop raping me. Fucking rape me on this stage one more time, bitch. I'm gonna tell everybody that was my shit. You fucking biting my swag, bitch. You fucking rape my joke. Oh God. But yeah. So super, super influenced by, I think, Jessica Kirson. But I try not to be influenced too much. And actually it's crazy. Like I love comedy so much that if I find myself watching too much stand-up, I have to purposely make myself stop because I don't want to be influenced, like I want to stay true to me.
The only time I'll actually sit and listen, unless somebody's got a special that'll check out, but the only time I really sit and actually listen to comedy is when I'm taking a bubble bath. Yes, I fit in a bathtub and I take bubble bath. I'm actually gonna take one tonight. But
I love bubble baths.
I'll put on
bath bombs.
No, I use Mr. Bubble, the bubble gum scented. And I have rubber duckies and everything. It's adorable.
I love that.
I've gone live on Facebook. I've gone live from the bathtub.
I love that. You've heard it here. Rog's hairy ass smells like bubble gum. It's beautiful.
Right.
It's clean. It's shiny.
It smells delicious.
It smells delicious.
In case you want to eat it.
Eat my butt. Eat my butt.
But
chants the crowd.
But I had come up with an awesome joke that I thought was fucking awesome about how when my son, I'm waiting for my son to turn 18 so I could punch him in the face. Because that's when it's going to change from a felony to a misdemeanor. It was a fucking great joke. And I'm sitting there in the fucking bathtub and I forget who it was, told the exact same fucking joke. Like almost verbatim word for, and I had never told the joke on it was a concept I had. Like I have a whole on my phone. I have like just notes. And if somebody were to read my notes, they would think I'm fucking insane. They wouldn't know what it is.
Because it's just like little things of like rape, apples, little things.
Hang on. I'll read some of them. I'll read off a couple.
Okay.
Especially, hang on, where is it? Where's the here we go. Comedy notes. We go way down. I'm going down. I'm going way down. I'll just read the last couple. I don't remember that's too racist to say, and I don't remember why I did it. Here you go. Well, this is actually just a one-liner. I don't smoke weed, but I like to hang out with potheads because they know where the best snacks are.
I love that.
Here's a weird
You
thought.
don't?
Erection. What?
You don't? I fucking do. Didn't I
No.
make you?
No.
Was I
Well,
just forcing drugs on you? I feel
I
like we
can't.
did one
I
time.
can't confirm nor deny. I don't remember. I didn't exhale.
Go on. I like that. That's good.
Cell phones are disgusting, germ covered. That's why I let unvaccinated children play games on mine. Erections at weird times. National anthem. That's all the note says. Like I know what it means, but that's just the note.
I
Somebody
see
to
where
read
it's
it.
going. The national anthem's
talk-
going on, and you're standing and you're trying to give a salute, but your dick's giving a salute too.
I have a.
Awkward.
I don't know if you know. I have a stepdaughter who's older. She's 30, and
Oh wow, she's like my age ish.
yeah. And I told him when she went out on a date. This is the note. Everything you do to my daughter, I'm going to do to you. So I ended up having to take him to dinner and a movie, and then fuck him in the ass with a strap on.
And how long have you been seeing the lucky guy? I'm sure it's working
But like,
out.
hang on. Here's
Yeah.
Just these are just the random thoughts. Bye bye baby is not an abortion clinic. My son always goes to the store with me, so I don't leave. Skyway Bridge suicide. Do a backflip.
Skyway Bridge suicide. Do a backflip.
Just my notes. Vaccinations. I pay to watch my son get hurt.
I like that. That's cute.
Like that's if somebody were to get a hold of this and just read all the notes, they would think I'm fucking insane. Just like my Google search history. If you search look at my Google search history, it's the most fucked up shit you can imagine. Because I'm doing research for not only stand-up stuff, but other writing projects I'm working on. Like there's an entry in my search history somewhere. What is a fish's vagina called? It's a cloaca.
FBI
It's a cloaca.
finds your laptop, they're gonna think you were up to the most disgusting, sick mission.
No. If the FBI ever has to look at my laptop, it's because I'm being charged with something serious, and that's a perfect out for an insanity defense. Look at the shit he searches for. Fish's vagina? Who the fuck?
And what? He can't be a killer. Look at this fish vagina. What the fuck? I can't look up. Oh my god, that is fucking funny. That's good. I like it.
But that's the thing. I had that note in there, and then when I heard the joke, it was like, all right, I can't fucking use that. That's out there. It was a brilliant fucking premise, but can't use it. I hate when that happens.
Took it right out the fish's vagina.
Seriously. The cloaca. It's called a cloaca.
Nice. Cloaca. That sounds like a stripper name. Cloaca. Ladies and gentlemen, coming to
Cloaca
the stage.
Sparkles.
Cloaca Sparkles. And she smells like fish. I love it. Oh,
well, what's funny is the whole reason I looked that up was because the Little Mermaid is my favorite Disney princess.
Aww.
But I always wondered, did the drapes match the cloaca?
Red.
Horrible. It's a horrible joke. I don't care.
Oh God. Anyway.
What does a cloaca smell like? Fish. Hillary's casserole. Nice. The we were actually talking about this on a show, and apparently you could actually go to Pornhub, and there is mermaid porn. Like,
oh my God.
There is fucking mermaid porn. Like somebody looked it up for us, and it was fucking mermaid porn. Insane.
Oh God. That's it.
So,
you know what? At least it's got a plot, though. I like some plot in my porn. I do like a backstory. I like to know what the anticipation is.
see, I'm not a fan. Actually, I'm weird with porn, but I'd rather not get into that right now. It's got to be It's got to be homemade, and I don't like overly produced porn. One thing I don't know is does the plumber ever fix the sink? That's my question.
That's just me being a stereotypical female. I love the porn where you can tell they love each other. They love each other.
It's romantic.
Aww.
I think the category is romantic fucking.
Right, romantic. Like if they start caressing their faces and kissing, I'm like, oh.
But no, you like it slightly dirty, so it's like a romantic dicking is what it is. Yes. Like romantic dicking.
It has to start beautiful and romantic, and it's got to end with someone hung upside down and hooks and dicks and all the insanity. I'm like, whoo,
I'm done.
you.
I'm spent.
And I am logging off.
Akita also says, I like a backstory in porn. I don't need the backstory. Just get right to the filthy shit. I'm a typical guy. I just want to skip to the part where he shoves the lamp up her ass. That's all I'm looking for, and turns it on.
And I'm the total opposite. When I start if I'm watching porn and just the first scene is them just already going at it, I'm like, but why? Why? How did they get here?
I only watch porn to listen to the groovy music.
Music. I can't. Oh God. You know what would be funny? If they did porn with music that you really wouldn't expect. What if it's like, intense action music, like when they're defusing a bomb, like and it's just like you're getting closer to the asshole and closer.
That's fucking awesome.
Or like the wheels on the bus go round and round, and it's just group sex, and everyone's discussing round and round, round and round, and they're coming in each other's mouths. The wheels on the bus. That's just something
Go.
really odd.
You're fucked up.
Oh, that'd be really fucked up. I love it. That'd be a good time. Let's get weird.
Sounds kind of hot.
Oh God. Speaking of hot, I have to go to the bathroom, so not to rush you, but I gotta wrap it up soon.
Well, before, are there any local Tampa or New York comics that haven't made it big that you want to, give a little shout out to? Or
shout out to comic friends of mine that I know are gonna make it big, but they haven't yet. Usama Siddiqui, he's going to make it big. He hasn't just yet. He's a comic friend of mine from New York. Hilarious, tall, skinny guy. Usama Siddiqui, absolutely. I'm a psychic. He's going to make it. Alex Babbitt, Mr. Babbitt, Alex Babbitt. He's a friend from back in the day. He's I don't know. I wouldn't call him short, but not tall. I don't know, around 5'7", skinny black guy, bald-ish, and so funny. He's gonna make it one day. I think Allison Klemp is gonna make it. Shout out to the girl, Allison Klemp. Hey! So yeah, that's free off the top of my head anyway. That I know are gonna make it. They just haven't yet. I love seeing my friends make it. Legit. I'm saying that genuinely. I know a lot of people are like, but be happy for your friends that make it. All right. That's not what's supposed to happen. It's so rare. It's so magical. Not everybody makes it. So if you know somebody who has, enjoy it.
Support them.
Yeah.
Support them.
Yes.
And any comics you want to talk shit about?
Nah, I mean,
the list is too long.
There's plenty of just garbage comics out there, or people who think they're comics who aren't, but I don't need to talk shit about them because why give them any shine? There
you go.
All right. McDonald's has got burgers to make, and they're going to make them, and they're still going to do some things for society.
The same 5 minutes. They'll still do the same 5 minutes they've been doing.
Right? Why talk shit about shit? It knows it's shit. Or if it doesn't, know your shit, bro. Just know it. Figure it out.
Absolutely. All right, so we're going to wrap it up. Where can we find you on the social media?
I have a show coming up this Saturday. It is another Zoom YouTube show, but you can always find the links to it to check it out on my social media. I've been super blessed to be on your Zoom shows. Thank you. And probably because of your Zoom shows, I was even booked on this Zoom show because it's kind of like a rarity right now, honestly. This Saturday, because it's like a weird little forefront that we're trying to figure out right now,
Yeah.
It's new. We're rolling with the punches. But you can find me this Saturday at 9 p.m. I will be on Jen K's comedy show. That's Jen K, spelt as easy as it sounds. Her last name on Facebook anyway is Kay. She is hilarious. She's also a New York comic, and that is this Saturday, May 23rd. You can find the link on my social media for my next Zoom YouTube. Oh, my social media is.
Yes. Kind of important to tell that.
Right? and Giggles on Instagram. That's what I like the most right now. Instagram, easiest way to find me. Hustlin' Giggles with a Z at the end, excuse me. And Hustlin' doesn't have two G's. It's just HUSTLINGIGGLEZ. And Jessica Stern, my regular name, Jessica Stern on Facebook. Snap, honestly, is just for my friends. I'm not going to put the Snap out there.
I hate
and
Snapchat. I hate Snapchat.
And Twitter. I'm on Twitter. Oh, you hate it? Well, it's for 12-year-olds. It's not for everybody.
Well, I signed up for TikTok. I have a TikTok now.
I saw that. If you don't say motherfucker on TikTok every day, I'm calling your bluff.
Oh no, I'm going all in. I got to figure out what I'm going to do tonight, but it's going to be a daily motherfucker.
Just keep it simple. Just motherfucker.
Oh yeah,
every day.
But I want to do it slightly different every day.
Nice.
That's my goal. So
say it in a different language every day.
Exactly, motherfucker. Please, folks, follow this show on all social media: Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter. YouTube, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. My personal YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram is at Real Roger Nelson, and my new TikTok, which you should definitely follow, is at Daily MF. It's your daily motherfucker. So Daily MF. Check that shit out. This is the show. We do it. You gonna go?
Oh no, my YouTube. I always forget my YouTube. Just Jessica Stern Comedy. I'm sorry, I'm listening. Go on.
That's okay. That's okay. So anyway, folks, we do the show every Tuesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern time here in the United States. We appreciate you listening and tuning in and staying with us. That's pretty much it. Don't forget to spay or neuter your children. Have a good night. Thanks, Jessica, for coming on.
Thank you for having me, Roger. This was so fun. Fubar.
Yes.
Woo!
Take care.
Yeah, Fubar. Oh yeah. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.